Hello, and welcome back to the world of assassination and the trending contracts. And today's contract, the Lady Killer 9, set in Whittleton Creek. And the contract ID is on the screen now for anyone who wishes to have a go at it, and has been supplied to us today, courtesy of EMZ Hitgal. So moving on to our briefing, people say 47 is a lady killer. It's time to prove them right. Take them out any way you want. I hope you enjoy it. So moving on to our targets, and today we have 5 of them with no stipulations on how we dispatch them or what we wear whilst we do so. So we have a free map. And for today's challenge, we'll be starting at the default location. We're going to have a remote agmetic gas grenade stored up in the park shed. And we'll be bringing with us a lethal syringe, an agmetic gas grenade, along with our silenced pistol. So right from the start and off the bat, we are going to head straight to the park shed and retrieve our gas grenade. We won't be too long before we're using that, so we're just going to quickly whip that out of the briefcase and return it to the briefcase, thus activating it. And we will select our detonator, and we're going to head now over to the Wilson's property, which is where the majority of our targets are located. So our first target is probably a relatively tricky one.
Hello there.
And it is this young lady here. Now these two do not move, so we're going to make them both sick, and we're going to keep bumping into our target in a vain attempt to get her to the upper bathroom.
Why doesn't he go grab
So we really want her to go to the upper bathroom if we can possibly help it. So we're just going to let her husband get ahead of her a nice distance, and unfortunately he is heading upstairs, so we are forced to use the downstairs bathroom. And the drawbacks of this is that there are people around and windows on this floor, and we can potentially be spotted committing the act whilst we're committing the act. So before we pounce on our target, I'm just going to have a good look around. No one is walking past at the present, so we should be okay to reintroduce our first target to their breakfast or their hors d'oeuvres, all depends. So target 1 taken care of. We're now going to do a little bit of legwork for our next 3 targets, and that involves collecting up the propane cylinders. So we're going to head out to the creek shed first of all, and the first of our propane cylinders is located inside. Now this propane cylinder is a little bit temperamental. I don't know if it's been fixed, but I have on a number of occasions detonated another propane cylinder on the map, and this one will detonate in sympathy all on its own, and occasionally it will eliminate a non-target. Hasn't happened for a while, but it was prevalent for a little while. So we're just going to take that first propane cylinder and we're just going to throw it on the concrete by the flower bed behind the bench there. Our target will come along and join that shortly. We're going to hop over into the Hanson's garden and retrieve the propane cylinder from the barbecue there, before moving on to the house for sale, and in the kitchen we will locate the final propane cylinder. So once we have all of our cylinders, we can now return to the garden party at the Wilson's property, and we can start placing our cylinders around. So the first one is in position. We're just going to make our way up to our target at the back of the patio area here, or the decking, whatever you want to call it. We're just going to place that on the banister there, and then make our way inside. And our next target is also a static target, and she is sitting on the sofa. Now this can be a tricky one, so we need to place the propane cylinder within range of eliminating our target, but not in range of eliminating the gentleman on the other sofa. So roughly where I placed it should be enough. So from there we're going to make our way up into the bedroom, and at the back of the room through the window we should now get a relatively clear shot of our propane cylinder. Now do be aware there is a couple who frequent this area, the upper floor of this room. They are currently right outside the door, so let's quickly put our gun away just as we eliminated our second target. So we're just going to hang around in the corridor up here for all of the panic to calm down and the young couple wandering around up here to make their way back downstairs. And then using the banisters and everything for cover, we're going to put 2 very quick bullets into the propane cylinder in the living room, and that will eliminate our target and just knock over the non-target. You can see he was just getting back up in the mini screen. So 3 down, 2 more to go. We're going to head now back to the creek area. We're going the long way round just because we need to kill a little bit of time, and we're going to make our way into the garden for the house for sale, and we're just going to position ourselves between the gateway here, so we don't want the gate to close because that's going to be our exit. And the gate's closed, hasn't it? Yes, it has. So there is our target currently sitting on the bench, and our propane cylinder is somewhere behind them. So we're just going to again try and get into position here. Now be aware there are a lot of other people around. There will be someone coming along to do yoga at some point. The mayoral candidate will make his way past with his bodyguard. Dale the postman will come past. That door's closed again. Right, you're a door. Do as you're told. There we go. Right, so and now the door can't close. So that is the gentleman who will be doing yoga. Our target is now just moving into position on the right there. So as soon as this gentleman turns around, we're going to quickly whip out our silenced pistol, locate the propane cylinder, put 1 bullet in the propane cylinder, and make our way into the garden and out of sight. So that's 4 targets now taken care of, and we have just the 1 more to go. And our final target is a moving target, which always makes them a little bit more difficult. So we're going to make our way around the map, and we are going to lie in wait just by Helen West's property around the side, or technically between Helen West's garden and the house that's being renovated's garden. We're going to stick to the path on the outside here, and just as we get down past that fire hydrant, I think will be enough, roughly where the cop is sleeping on the bench. So around here should do, and in a few moments we will be joined by the jogger lady who circumvents the map. So here she comes now, and she will stop just ahead of us somewhere, and at this point there is no one looking. The only person nearby is asleep on a bench, so we can just step in behind them, jab them with our lethal syringe, and watch them drop at our leisure. And it's our final target dealt with. So all that's left for us to do now is to make good our escape, as her body will be discovered at some point. It all depends when, but it's not for quite a while. So we can casually make our way to the bus stop and onto this surprisingly empty bus. So there we go, one more trending contract taken care of. We have confirmation all of our targets have been eliminated according to plan, and we get our silent assassin rating. I have been Anubis, and I will see you all in the next video.